First, though, bus companies will not be required by law to force parents with pushchairs to make way for wheelchair users. It means if the disabled space on a bus is already taken, a person in a wheelchair might have to wait for the next bus. The Court of Appeal had been asked to give a ruling following a woman's refusal to move a pushchair with a sleeping baby from a wheelchair bay on a bus. Nick Thatcher is at the Court of Appeal. Take us through this case, Nick.
Yes, it all relates to an incident on a bus in West Yorkshire almost 3 years ago now, when Doug Pawley, a wheelchair user, tried to get on board. He couldn't because there was a sleeping baby in a pushchair in the designated bay and the woman wouldn't move. Now, he sued the bus company and won damages, but First Group Bus Group said that they couldn't require people to move, they could only request people to move. So they brought the case here to the High Court behind me, the appeal court, to test it, and 3 judges here agreed this morning that you can't force people to move if they ain't going to move.
Nick, take us through the judge's decision.
Well, it all comes down to this, Nina, that there's no legal responsibility for bus drivers and bus companies to force people to move. As one of the judges here said this afternoon, it comes down to the good sense and conscience of individuals to make those choices. And if that's to change, they say, it's a job for politicians, it's not a job for judges to decide that. First Group have welcomed this ruling. They say it clarifies their policy, but as you can imagine, disability groups are not too happy. They say, one told us this lunchtime, that they are unhappy at what is an unjust and unfair decision. After all, this is what these wheelchair bays were for in the first place. And lawyers for Doug Pawley say that they'll now seek leave to appeal at the Supreme Court.
Nick Thatcher, thank you. One of the country's